In your opinion, what have been the worst affected areas in this global economic crisis?
Yes. Well, look, what we're saying at the ILO, based on our numbers and impacts, we've estimated several scenarios about how the financial and economic crisis is impacting labor markets. And we were saying that this year, 2009, is really, unfortunately, a year in which labor markets are being hit very strongly in developed and developing countries. In the case of developed countries and economies, we estimate several scenarios, and we think that the unemployment is increasing and could reach all the way to 40 million more people unemployed on the world in the worst case scenario. Of course, this will all depend on the policy responses, the fiscal stimulus packages, whether credit in financial markets is restored, but we see a lot of negative impacts that make it likely, as days go by, that the increase in unemployment in comparison with last year could be from 30 to 40 million people. In the case of developing countries, there are a lot of ways in which they are being affected via exports, via reduced remittance flows, reduced flows of foreign direct investments, lower prices for commodities, etc. So all the engines of growth for developing countries, African countries, Latin America, in a way are gone now and turn negative. And that is also beginning to impact very, very strongly on labor markets, unemployment, and working poor. Again, we have scenarios for the working poor, and we estimate that there could be an increase in 2008 and 2009, in 2 years, of between 150 to even 200 million more people that backslide into extreme poverty. So it's a very serious impact. What we are, of course, arguing in terms of solutions is that it is very important for the G20 meeting here in London to recognize that the policy responses should have at least 3 pillars: the financial pillar to restore credit, the fiscal stimulus pillar, but also a labor market pillar to cushion the impacts and to mitigate the effects and to lay the foundations for more employment and growth in the future.